Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Awakening. In the last episode, we entered the trade quarter of Kal'Hirol and saw firsthand the Darkspawn civil war that seems to be going on here. Now, I can see a lot of Darkspawn dead ahead, so I say we face them head on. Let's get to it. We can't go that way, that is blocked off. And I see you over there.
Beware.
Hello, gentlemen.
It will be
Sweep down. And do a spin. There we go. Now you. Good stuff. There we go. Nicely done. Did I set my timer going? Yes, I did. Good job, Callista. Oh. Hello. Hello, big boy. I see you're guarding this sarcophagus. Kal'Hirol's sarcophagus. Oh, you have friends. You have two friends. Oh, dear.
Very well.
Thank you. Oh, also, I should just say, between episodes, I went and destroyed all of the, venom, death root extract, private documents, all of that rubbish, just because my inventory is getting pretty full. The Paragon Kal'Hirol. Paragon Kal'Hirol was born a warrior. He excelled at arms and strategy, but was not content. Kal'Hirol believed he was born outside the caste system, able to be anything he chose. A warrior, a smith, even a noble. He would not rest until he'd mastered the art of war, the art of smithing, and the art of rule. He was eccentric, maybe even mad. Some said he'd taken too many blows to the head in the provings. Yet Kal'Hirol accomplished what he set out to do. He trained under the greatest smiths and the greatest warriors, and his achievements in both fields were so great that the Assembly could not help but make him a paragon. Thus, Noble House Kal'Hirol was born. From the writings of Shaper Ezerain, I do wonder what became of this house, because as far as my memory goes, House Kal'Hirol does not exist in Orzammar to this day, so it's pretty safe to say that they died out, but I do wonder when. Like, did they manage to escape from Kal'Hirol, lived for a couple of generations in Orzammar and then died out, or did they remain behind to defend the thaig? To be perfectly honest, I can't see them doing the latter. Just because Dalan had to recruit an army of Casteless, and I think that if the descendants of a paragon had said, no, we're going to stay behind and we're going to defend the thaig, I think a lot more of the warrior caste and noble caste would have stayed behind to help. So my guess is they probably were the first to run, and all the other nobles and warriors went, oh shit, we'd better go too. Fuck the Casteless, just leave them behind. Who cares if they die? Dalan cared. Dalan cared a lot. And, ooh. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for robbing Kal'Hirol's grave, but what can I say? I like to loot. I can't say no to looting. And spin. Come on, Punisher! There we go. Oh, one left. Oh no! Oh wait, no, I was gonna say Ogren's got him. Ogren doesn't got him. There we go. And good night. Oh, they all drop stuff.
Of course.
Thank you. Lovely jubbly. Anything else? I'm being a tad paranoid, but I don't want to miss anything. Okie doke. Hello, gentlemen. Nice. You next. Invading Herlock. To be honest, I thought all Herlocks were invading Herlocks, but okay, whatever. Oh, hello. Sorry. Nice work, Sigrun. Okay, you two are going down. Sweep. Oh, more over there, but... yeah, we need to go over the bridge. Oghren, what are you doing? Oghren, don't run away from the Hurlock. You're a Grey Warden. You're supposed to fight them. Riposte. There we go. Oghren, what are you thinking running away from battle? Kick him. And you. No going after the healer. Okay, is that all of them? Okay, then. Now then, let's see. We'll loot the main room first, and then we'll explore all the side rooms. That makes sense to me. Starting with this side. This map, it looks familiar, and it doesn't look familiar. If that makes any sense. So I mentioned this before, I've only played Awakening a couple of times. Just because there aren't many choices in this. When I play through Origins, each warden feels unique. Even if they're picking the same, choices, their reasoning feels unique. Whereas with Awakening, it doesn't really feel that way to me. And as such, I very rarely play it.
Yes.
And because of that, I'm not too familiar with the maps. To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be going here. In Origins, I know all of those maps like the back of my hand. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be going for each of the main quests and all of that. Ooh.
I cannot let them be forgotten.
Oh. There went Dalan. Oh, poor guy. Commemorative marker.
May the stone remember the defenders of Kal'Hirol, who were born Casteless and died warriors. Died warriors? He wanted them to be remembered as warriors. Warrior caste. And look, he carved their names in this tablet. All of them. We can't just leave this here. We have to find some way to honor the memory of those who died here.
Absolutely. Artin wholeheartedly agrees. Return Dalan's tablet to the dwarves. The dwarves left the Casteless behind when they fled Kal'Hirol. The warrior Dalan, who stayed to defend the thaig, inspired the Casteless to fight and recorded their names on a stone tablet. As representatives of Orzammar, Artin, you're a representative of Orzammar. You're the king's sister, for heaven's sake. Valdric and Dworkin would be interested in seeing the tablet. Yeah, absolutely. I think Artin, she'd be taking care of both, the tablet and Dalan's journal. Ooh, oh, damn, that is a good shield. That is a very good shield. Unfortunately, we will not be getting a sword and board warrior for quite a while. Broken sword. The blade of this sword has come loose from the hilt, but it looks possible to repair. Yeah, I'll have both of them. Thank you very much. I was saying something. Yes, the maps. So, as I was saying, I know the maps in Origins like the back of my hand. I know them very well. I don't know these. These ones I have no clue about. However, did they use this in Golems of Amgarak? That's where I might know this from. God, it's not that I've played Golems of Amgarak a lot. It's just that I have flashbacks. I have terrible, terrible flashbacks with that DLC.
Very well.
Never again, I swore. Ooh. Engraved silver braces. Gift. Braces bearing a motif of eagles in flight. Lovely. Yeah, I swore I would never play Golems of Amgarak again after beating it on Nightmare, but then I started doing Let's Plays. And I'm gonna have to do it for this, because if I don't complete all the DLCs, it will frustrate me. Lyrium sand. Grains of lyrium. Ground coarse. Oh god. Dworkin is gonna make so many explosives. Hopefully he doesn't blow up Vigil's keep whilst he's experimenting. Also, before I forget, we leveled up. There we go. And you know what? Let's get some clarity. That'll be good for you. And low blow. Good stuff. Oh, more fighting. You can get riposted. And, ooh, nice. Don't run away from me. Sweet. Good job. You. Do a spin.
Very well.
There we go.
That's how it's done.
It is, Anders. That is how it's done.
It will be done.
And thank you for the stamina drafts. Lovely jubbly.
Very well.
And ooh, iron ore. Well, an iron deposit. A lump of rock banded with iron. Yeah, Master Wade, I'm sure, will be very appreciative of that. And yoink. Thank you. Now then, I just want to make sure we can't go down that way. Went up there, we checked in there. Yep, we are on the correct path. Good stuff. Now then, what do we have over here? We have a lyrium bucket. Repair equipment. Okay.
Ooh, lyrium. The Chantry has a monopoly on all lyrium the dwarves mine. They kill anyone who tries to get around it.
Don't the dwarves object? Artin, as a dwarven princess, you would be acutely aware of the ins and outs of the Chantry's trade agreement with the dwarves. You were trained as a diplomat. You would know this. You thinking of going into business, you don't care for the Chantry much, I see. Number one is stupid, so I'm not even going to dignify that. Number three kind of feels like it's stating the obvious. I mean, he mentioned when we were talking to Qwinn, I don't really like the Chantry, but splitting up from them entirely is stupid. It's just going to end up with loads of mages getting killed. So it kind of feels like number three is just rehashing things he said. Anders has made it pretty obvious that he doesn't want to be a Grey Warden long term. He doesn't like feeling chained to any one place, and he's kind of feeling a bit chained to the Wardens. So, you know, maybe he would like to go into lyrium smuggling after this is done and he's felt like his time as a Warden has come to an end. You thinking of going into business?
Sure, why not? I've always fancied life as a lyrium smuggler. Maybe I'll wear a dashing chapeau. I used to be a good little Andrastian. I said my prayers, repented my sins, all of it.
Sounds horrible. They don't have much choice. What's the alternative? To be perfectly honest, I don't like any of these options. Sounds horrible. Being a good little Andrastian, I'm guessing. It sounds confusing to Artin. She really doesn't understand the Chantry. I've said this plenty of times in Dragon Age Origins, but given that the stone worship the ancestors who you can go and prove existed. Like, you just go to the memories and say, I want to look at my family tree. There are my ancestors, all written down in a nice line. And, you know, they also worship the stone, which, I mean, look, right here. Here is the stone. It's the wall. It's the floor. It's the ceiling. It's everywhere. So you can touch the stone. You could lick it if you wanted to. You can't lick the Maker. You can't lick Andraste. So it doesn't sound horrible being Andrastian. It just sounds confusing. They don't have much choice. I'm guessing that's either referring to the Chantry or the dwarves. I mean, the dwarves could always say, you know what, we don't want to sell to the Chantry. It would be incredibly stupid, because the Chantry gives Orzammar a lot of money. What's the alternative? Yeah, I think that fits best out of all three of them. I don't particularly like it, but out of all of them, it fits the best. Maybe this is Artin kind of... I think where Anders is coming from is that he's saying the dwarves shouldn't be selling to the Chantry, so she's saying, well, who else are we supposed to sell to? We can't sell to the mages directly, because you don't have any money, and if we didn't sell the lyrium to anyone, we'd go bankrupt. We need the money. What is your alternative solution, Anders? What's the alternative?
Life as a hedge mage, brewing love potions for villagers and hoping nobody notices. It could have been worse. I could have been made tranquil, haggling over the price of a wand. Or I could be with the Canary. I hear they leash their mages. Or I could be dead. Dead's bad.
Okay, that was not what I was expecting. So what? Okay, I'm really confused. He's talking about being a good little Oh, I get it. I was a good little Andrastian. What's the alternative of being a good little Andrastian? Okay. Yeah, I can play this off as Artin misunderstanding Anders. Yeah, I can see that. Perspective is good. Is this all you talk about? Instead, you're a Grey Warden. Ooh, Not number 2. I don't think Artin minds talking about this. If he wants to talk about this topic, then hell, he can go right on ahead. You know what? Out of all of them, I'm inclined to go with number 1. Just because I said this before, Artin really doesn't understand what the mages are complaining about. Compared to the average peasant in Ferelden, who has to worry about, you know, where's my next meal coming from? How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to, you know, make sure that my clothes are clean to, you know, keep my job, to look respectable for my work? Oh god, I don't know how to read and write or count because I'm a lowly peasant. Compared to them, the mages have it really good. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for number 1. Perspective is good.
If I didn't have perspective, I'd still be sitting in a Templar dungeon drooling on my small clothes. A related question. What do Grey Wardens do when there aren't Darkspawn running amok? I mean, are there parties? Do we travel the world? Take over small kingdoms?
I mean, if you go to the Anderfels, maybe. We become forgotten and die young. We remain vigilant. That sounds like a good start. Whatever we want to. Oh, it's between 2 and 4. Because here's the thing. Artin, she's playing the role of Worn Commander because it is her duty. Not necessarily her duty to the Grey Wardens, but because it is her duty to Orzammar. Everything Artin does is for her homeland, and right now, her being Worn Commander is really good for Orzammar. It means that she can basically encourage Anora to send soldiers to help out with the Darkspawn. Maybe she can negotiate really good trade agreements. You know, that kind of thing. However, as soon as being Worn Commander stops being profitable for Orzammar, Artin will leave. Artin is only interested in being a Grey Warden for as long as it benefits Orzammar. As soon as it, you know, ceases to benefit, or hell, if it becomes a problem, if it starts negatively impacting Orzammar, then she's out. She does not care about the Grey Wardens. She's grateful that they, you know, remember Orzammar. They keep in mind that Orzammar has to deal with the Darkspawn. She respects them, but she's not loyal to them. She really doesn't care about them. So that's why I'm kind of like, number 4, whatever we want to do. However, at the same time, she is playing the role of Worn Commander. And she doesn't want to let her troops think that, oh, the Worn Commander Aidukan really doesn't give a shit about us. Oh no, because that will decrease morale. So I think she's going to go for number 2. We remain vigilant.
Hopefully someone comes to dust off the cobwebs every now and again. Me, I intend to take up knitting. I'll send a scarf to the Templar commander every Saturnalia, provided I don't end up in some ogre's belly, chewed up into tiny mage pieces. But I'm an optimist.
Oh, nice. Anders approves +2. Damn, 56. Okie doke. I do think that Artin does remain vigilant. However, again, it's more so for the sake of Orzammar. If she's watching over the Darkspawn situation, then that means she can keep Orzammar safe. It's not necessarily because she's a Grey Warden, it's because she's a dwarf. Thank you for the axe.
Yes.
And, ooh, yes, please. I'll be having all of them.
Very well.
You place the damaged equipment on the anvil.
As you say.
Oh. Oh, this is good stuff. Nice. I will absolutely be taking all of that. Thank you, Gollum. If we get any more damaged equipment, I must remember to come back. Yeah, that's all there is for here. Yeah, this... I swear down, this is in Golems of Amgarak. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking that stuff is familiar when it really isn't. Thank you for the save game. Oh. Hello. You. No, get him. Artin. Punisher. And riposte. Take him out. There we go. Good stuff. And flurry. Okay.
Beat the stone.
Oh. All right, mate. I will come get you in a minute. But you know, I've got to loot. I'm sorry. The looting comes first. Stefan. Hello.
Thank the Maker. It's a relief to see someone who isn't one of those monsters. Please, for the love of all that's good, let me out. I couldn't stand another minute with these creatures.
You mean the Darkspawn? You're not a ghoul, are you? Are you all right? Oh, well, of course he means the Darkspawn. He's clearly not all right because he's in a cage above some lava. He could be a ghoul. You're not a ghoul, are you?
I'm not one of them. I haven't gotten the disease or whatever it is.
Huh. Why haven't they killed you then? And what are you doing here in the first place?
Oh, I overheard Colbert talking about the chasm, and I thought I'd Sneak in past the duck spawn to see if there was any treasure? Well, I found something in this place before the duck spawn caught me.
You thief! What you have belongs to the dwarven people.
Well, they weren't here to defend it. It's not stealing if they've abandoned it. You can have it if you let me out. I don't want it anymore. It's caused nothing but trouble.
Ooh, Artin would agree with Sigrun. What is in here belongs to the dwarven people, and his line of like, oh well, if they're not here, then it's, you know, it's fine for me to steal it. Artin would be like, her hands are clenched right now. And before you say, but didn't she take from Hirol's sarcophagus? Isn't she doing exactly what this guy is doing? Artin's a dwarf. This is her stuff. Also, I, as the player, like to loot, and as such, I am going to gloss over that fact. What did you find anyway? Sounds like a deal. Let you out, you'll spread disease. No, I think I'll just let you rot in here. What he found is irrelevant. He shouldn't have it. Sounds like a deal.
Thank you. My life is worth more than this. Take the blasted thing.
Good, you're free, try not to get killed, and now you die anyway. Alright, now you can rot in this cell. Oh, Oh, I'm tempted by number 3. I'm very tempted by number 3, however... He probably won't do this again. You know, he's had to stand in this cage, darkspawn surrounding him. He's probably pissed himself in fear, probably. If he's smart, he'll take this as a warning and he won't come back. Good. You're free. Try not to get killed.
Thank you. Thank you 1,000,000 times over.
If he comes back, then we lock him in the cage ourselves and don't let him out. But, you know, we have to give him a chance. Ooh, this is dark. We have like a straw bed and corpses. Ah, that's weird.
This anvil must be pretty old. They make them differently these days. Bronco once explained it to me, but I'll be a Nug's uncle if I remember what she said. Crazy harpy. Huh.
You're still not over Branca. Are you alright? Who cares? It's just an anvil. This is a dwarven anvil made for some of the greatest smiths. That's why we should care. Number 1 sounds kind of antagonistic. You know, you're still not over Branca. This was his wife. And it's obvious to me that Oghren loved Branca. I don't think Branca ever loved Oghren because, you know, she's a lesbian and Oghren is a very hairy, penis-wielding man. So, I don't think she ever had feelings for him, hence why she took up with Hespeth, you know, after meeting his family. Because bear in mind that Hespeth was Oghren's cousin. So... you know, he loved this lady, and she abandoned him, she hooked up with his cousin, and then she took his entire family into the Deep Roads and left him behind, and he pined for her for years. So, you know, it's okay if he's still not over her, I think. It's a bit dodgy, considering that he got with Felsi and had a kid with her. That's, you know, if you're not over someone, don't get into a new relationship. It's bad for you. And it's bad for them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with number 2. Are you alright?
Yeah, the thing just reminded me of Branca, that's all. Look, Warden, I know she's gone. I know it. But sometimes I sod it.
Don't you have a child with someone else? What about Felsi? Didn't you love her? I understand you're a warrior, act like one. Just because he's a warrior doesn't mean he doesn't have emotions. Oh god, it's between 1, 2, and 3. because I do think that Artin understands where he's coming from. You know, she's gone, but he remembers the good times, what he thought were the good times. And he longs for them, but he will never get them back. And this woman he pined over for years had no interest in him. And that cut him deep, and he's still healing from those wounds. At the same time, he hooked up with Felsi. He made a baby with her. I can't remember if he married Felsi or not. If he married her, then that's even worse. Number one feels kind of naive, because you can make a kid with someone without loving them, or even being in a long-term relationship. Here's the thing, though. Is it Artin's place? Artin... She's not really friends with Qwinn. He is her comrade, and she... I was going to say she respects him. She doesn't respect him. She tolerates him. And, you know, she is grateful that he joined the Grey Wardens. He has maybe dedicated his life to the cause, that kind of thing. She's grateful, but she wouldn't necessarily say that he was her friend. And as such, I don't think she'd feel comfortable saying, you know, oh, well, what about Felsi? Don't you have feelings for her? So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with number 3. I understand.
Look at me, whimpering like a wet box of kittens. Let's go make paste out of some darkspawn.
There you go, buddy. It's all right. I have odd feelings about Qwinn. I am out of time for this episode, so I'm going to stop right here, but I want to talk this through, because I have very mixed feelings on Qwinn. On one hand, he sexually harasses 90% of the women he comes into contact with, and I find that completely disgusting and infuriating. And then we have these quiet moments with him where he discusses how he feels about Branka and his companion quest. I love his companion quest in Awakening. I think it's brilliant. If I'm being honest, I think it's one of my favourite companion quests in the entire Dragon Age franchise. That's how much I like it, because it shows so much depth to his character. I'm just so conflicted, because I can't get past the sexual harassment. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be allowed to get away with it, and no matter how deep his character is, it will always be overshadowed by that trait, which I think is really sad, because when he does show those tender depths, I think it's kinda beautiful. Kinda. Okay, so I am out of time, so please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.